New impact with COVID-19, major airlines preparing to voluntarily shut down all passenger flights across the U.S. That's according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. All of this as lawmakers squabble over whether to spend billions of dollars bailing out the troubled industry. Our Cameron Polam looking into the likelihood that flights could stop as early as Friday and what that means for the industry's millions of employees.
Major airlines warning lawmakers they need cash, $58 billion worth of it, or they'll soon be forced to furlough workers across the world.
As far as airlines are concerned, they're basically in a shutdown mode. They're canceling lots of flights that are completely empty.
Captain Ross Amer flew for United for decades and says the industry is making cuts as we speak. In fact, inside Sky Harbor, the board's lit up with more than 350 canceled flights today alone. According to the Department of Transportation, last year, Sky Harbor had a cancellation rate of 1.35%, or about 16 cancellations a day.
They're losing money, huge amounts of money. So at some point, I'm afraid they may have to ground all their airplanes.
The question now is, will they do it themselves or will the government mandate a shutdown? Ross says he sees the airlines holding on as long as possible in order to leverage their position for a bailout, something he says will be a tough sell to taxpayers.
They have made billions of dollars. Unfortunately, instead of putting some money aside for rainy days, they bought their stocks back. They gave more and more to airline CEOs.
If they do get the money, lawmakers will demand concessions like prohibitions on stock buybacks, guaranteeing employee pension funding, honoring health care benefits, and more protections for workers. In fact, some argue airlines entering Chapter 11 bankruptcy could be a better alternative. Between 2002 and 2011, American, Delta, Frontier, Northwest, United, and U.S. Airways all filed for Chapter 11. All kept flying throughout and all emerged intact. There are drawbacks to that option as well, putting creditors and employee pensions in a tight spot.
I'm all for saving the airlines, but not the airline CEOs and board of directors. Give it directly to the airline employees.
Airlines aren't running out of cash because their debts are coming due sooner than expected. They're running out of cash because their revenues are much lower than expected. The only question is whether Washington leaves the losses with private investors or shifts them to taxpayers. I'm Cameron Polam, ABC 15 Arizona.